Welcome to your weekend focus for November the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I truly do send it right back to you. Now, let's see what our energy is going to be like for this weekend. So we cut the cards. And the first one out is the Nine of Pentacles. I love the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles says you have reached a point in your life that you can lean on your successes, on your past wisdom, in order to go forward, in order to step into new territories, in order to cross the threshold of that portal, that doorway, leading to your path of your tomorrow. Now, I almost see her dress almost like a brown, so it's a very grounded energy, too. It's not one filled with illusion. It's like we're getting clarity from the illusion. So this is a beautiful card being in the first position because we feel the strength. We feel our purpose calling us, or the goals that we want to set in our lives, that we know that we can manifest them if we commit to them, if we decide to walk through that portal, walk through that door. Because this card definitely says that we have had the successes, the wisdom, in order to finally go into this new path. The Ten of Swords. Now, I personally like the Ten of Swords. Most people just kind of hold their breath while I get through it. We have the owl sitting up in the tree. That's the first thing that actually caught my eye. So we're going to go to the owl first, and it's your wisdom. And it's the wisdom that can come in this weekend in your life. So pay attention not only to your waking moments, the ideas that come to mind, those little thoughts that pop in out of nowhere, that are filled with inspiration and creativity, but also in your dreams. Now, this is a weekend to keep a pen and paper at hand, and the minute you wake up, write down anything you remember about your dream, even if it's only one word. The Ten of Swords is one that says we're worn out, we're tired. We've walked this journey up to this point in time. Each one of those swords represents a lesson. Now look at the sky opening up behind us. It's like the darkness is going to pass. That new life is going to form. The sun's going to come out. There's a promise of that in the back. Regardless of the chaos or the struggles or the fears that you have at the present moment or that you have walked through, the sun is coming out, and there is such great wisdom around you to tap into. Once again, this talks about, in a more dramatic form than this one, about that inner strength that you've obtained, that inner wisdom, knowing that you can trust your intuition, knowing that you've done the lessons, you've got the wisdom. It's time to go forward. Look at this, justice sits right in the middle. It has to have substance. It has to be grounded. It has to be something that can be tangible going forward. We have to be able to set some concise goals or clear definitions of what it looks like to reach each milestone. We need balance in our life. So this would probably be a weekend where you are going to look forward and say, okay, I'm going to encounter this problem or this trouble or this one's still lingering on. And we need to confront this, and we need to address this, because we now have the wisdom and we can put it to use. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords both telling us that our wisdom is right up front, ready to be tapped into, to bring in our strength, to bring in the balance we need. We know the decisions that have to be made. Will they be easy decisions? Probably not. Will there be a little bit of fear and doubt mixed into those decisions? Absolutely. Is there a knowledge and a courage that you can, a confidence that you can grab onto to know that this is the right choice going forward? Absolutely. Four of Cups. Four of Cups is all about the gratitude. And the story that popped into my head was one of, the child going to the parents, and I've got to have this. Everybody has one. I'm the only kid in the world that doesn't have one. What horrible parents you are if you won't get this for me. I need this. I'm not going to survive without it. I'm going to die. You've got to help me. And so the parents run off, knowing how badly the child wants it, and purchases it for them. And the next day they see it laying unused in the corner, or broken, or not even out of the box. Boy, they were really grateful they got that, huh? What's the chances of that kid turning around today and saying, I've got to have, you won't believe what all the other kids have, and I don't have yet. I don't think the parents are going to be as willing to go out again and get that child the second item they are requesting. And it's the same with us. There's a higher power. And we say, I want, please, I need, I have to have. And yet, the things that were already given to you are pushed off to the wayside, taken for granted. It makes it very hard for new energy to come in because we have lacked the ability to be grateful for what we already have in our life. And for some of us, it may not be much, but for all of us, it's something. And I like the fridge. The fridge keeps popping in. Okay, so the fridge, we never, when we're thinking of our list of things to be grateful for, list the fridge. But I bet you if your fridge broke this very minute, it'll be the most important thing in your life is replacing that fridge, of having a fridge. And boy, won't you be grateful when that new fridge arrives. Because you've been trying to figure out how to keep the food from spoiling. You've been cooking everything that was in the freezer part, because you know you're just going to lose it otherwise. All of a sudden, there was a whole bunch to be grateful for. And that fridge shows up, you are so grateful, you are tickled pink, and within 3 days, you won't even think about that fridge again until it breaks down again. We need to be grateful for the things that are already around us. I saw a t-shirt or something once and it said, what if you woke up tomorrow only with the things that you were grateful for today? Because boy, we better start listing some things in a hurry if that were to happen. Be grateful. Look around you. Don't take things for granted today. Everything serves a purpose in your life, including the clutter. It serves the purpose of impeding your success. Then we have the moon. This is go down deep. Be true to yourself. Honor yourself. Respect yourself. Admire yourself. Be honest with yourself about your true dreams, your goals, what you truly want to do going forward. It's so very important right now. We hold that light and it shines brightly and it will illuminate the path where we need to step on. But first and foremost with the moon, it's our inner emotion. It's knowing we've got this. It's being courageous for our own benefit, of taking ourselves forward. So a strong weekend for us, a very strong weekend with the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Swords. Both cards telling us that we have learned a lot upon our path, that we are ready to implement that wisdom into new growth in our life. The Justice card, well, we need balance. First of all, before anything else, we need balance in our life. We can't be work, work, work all the time. For work, work, work all the time, then guess what? Our friends start to stop asking us out because we always say, oh, I got to work late. I got a thing, an assignment due. I got a deadline to meet. Thanks, but maybe next time. They stop phoning. Relationships get very filled with tension because you're not there enough. You're not present in that moment enough. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not eating properly. Now your health is starting to diminish. And are you taking time out for you to connect with God, your angels, your spirit guide, source? There has to be balance in every area of your life. Justice card is asking you or calling you out on what isn't in balance, because this is a time when we can tap into that wisdom. This is a time for us to say, I know how to do it now. I know what has been dragging me down. I know why I've been procrastinating. I know why I have fear in that. Well, we have to take the time out for ourselves, very much like the Moon card is saying, to go within, to be truthful to ourselves. And the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is about being grateful. Being grateful perhaps for our own abilities, our own talents. Being grateful for our own path forward. Let's get an affirmation card here. I think this whole week has been about commitment in one way or another. And this is asking us to tap into the wisdom, making the commitments in our life in all areas of our life. So we shouldn't just have one goal in mind right now. We need goals in every area of our life. Maybe they're small, maybe they're huge. The Seven of Fire. I get the unicorn dancing with the fairies, but let's see what the book says, because that's pretty magical if you ask me. Personal best, going the distance, perseverance, nonconformity. I'm unstoppable. My passion pushes obstacles aside as I engaged in a sustained effort. I know how to bend, but I don't compromise on what's most important to me. If others aren't happy with the course I'm on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live my life on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. Inspired solutions present themselves absolutely this weekend. I'm unstoppable. Now, what a beautiful affirmation that is, and how long did it take to say, I'm unstoppable? So your passion pushes obstacles aside. So when you go inside, as the moon clearly defines, when you go inside and you're true to yourself and you connect with that passion within, all of a sudden doorways open, windows open, opportunities present themselves, show themselves to you. Ideas come in out of seemingly nowhere. Inspiration. Being true to yourself, the moon card. You have the wisdom. You've walked the path to know that you deserve this, that you are worthy of it, that you have talents and abilities. Let's do another, the Chariot, another 7, I'm not mistaken. Yep, 7. 7 is really being true to oneself. So that's really the 7 energy. So if you want something for this weekend, it's being true to yourself. And like the 7 of Fire said, let's go back to that for a second. I know how to bend, so I'm able to go with the flow, but I don't compromise on what's most important to me. And if others aren't happy with the course I'm on, I don't have to let their concern affect me. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live life on my own terms. And then we'll go to the Chariot. Everything I have worked for, including the obstacles I have faced and overcome, that's the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, the obstacles I have overcome and faced, is now part of this time of victory. I have learned to see all aspects of my life as essential to my growth, and that becomes the gratitude card, doesn't it? I have learned to see all aspects of my life as essential to my growth. I have fallen, but now I have risen again to live freely and truthfully and fearlessly and skillfully. It's attaching yourself to your skill. It's overcoming your fear. It's being true to you. And it's feeling that liberation, the lack of limitation in your life. Everything I have worked for, including the obstacles I have faced and overcome, is now a part of this victory. That I stand here today and I have the ability, the capability to go forward if I dare to, if I have the courage to step up to the plate, if I believe in myself, my abilities, my talents. Because you definitely walk the path. These cards say you've definitely walked the path in order to know the best parts about yourself and the worst parts about yourself. What brings in fear? What brings in procrastination? What brings in worry and restlessness? What brings in sorrow? And what brings in happiness and joy, contentment, peace of mind, love, compassion? One more? Let's do one more. The Ace of Earth. We always have to get a little grounded with these Earth cards popping in here every reading, don't we? Although I think we're very grounded this weekend with these cards. The aces talk about new paths that we step into, and the path we haven't really stepped into yet, but it's there. We can see it, we can sense it, we can feel it. Prosperity in its purest form, concrete results in the physical world, abundance made manifest. I recognize the many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. I can generate gold from the resources I have at my fingertips. I make an impact. The essence of prosperity is taking form in the material world. Beautiful affirmation for this weekend. I recognize the many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. Because there are many forms of abundance. It could be your health, your well-being, your spirituality, your career, your job, your finances, your stature within the community. It could be a relationship, a partnership, a friendship, an association. It's what you create, it's what you manifest, it's what you invent, it's what you inspire to become. The magic of who you are, and tapping into that magic and allowing it to take you to the next level of success. Let's get a wise animal card here. Our higher intuition. I think it's a very strong weekend to, it's solidifying that commitment to ourselves. It's understanding what that commitment is all about, I think. It's knowing our strengths. It's giving ourselves a pat on the back that we've made it to this point. Tangled wishes. The ladybug. My house has been infested with ladybugs. I'm surprised there hasn't been any tonight. It's usually when I'm in my office, I'm usually got one or two ladybugs around me these days. And in the end of November in Canada, that's a little unusual, but ask for assistance, healing, angels, path, and manifest. Crying is all right in its own way while it lasts, but you have to stop sooner or later, and then you still have to decide what to do. The ladybug originated in Europe during the Middle Ages when insects were destroying the crops. Legend says the Catholic farmers prayed to the Virgin Mary for help, and it wasn't long before the ladybugs appeared and ate the pests that were destroying the crops. The farmers referred to the bugs as the beetles of Our Lady, with the red wings representing the Virgin Mary's cloak, and the black spots her joys and sorrows. So the message with the ladybug is to let go, ask for help, and accept that help. We receive messages frequently, but too often stressed out, too contained within our own grief, or just too stubborn to see the messages between worlds. Whether you have experienced a death, a divorce, a breakup, lost a job, feel that like you've lost your life purpose, it's so easy to get caught up in the negative. The smog only gets deeper and deeper the longer you allow yourself to sit within it. How do you get out of the smog? Sit and just be. So many times when we are experiencing a loss, we are afraid of going within our own mind and actually grieving. And it's okay to grieve. It doesn't mean you're weak. It makes you human, and it's part of the healing process. It is also all right for you to seek assistance from those who can help. Know that angels, spirit guides, animal guides, and those here on this earthly plane are ready and willing to assist. You just have to make the first move. Just like Christmas lights, our life wishes can be tangled up in a mess. Step by step, with patience and perseverance, you can untangle your wishes into something actual and real. Life is good. Have faith that you can move forward. Your path may be a tangled mess now, but you have to believe, because sitting there, sulking in sadness, won't help you get to where you want to be. It's time for you to now dream. It's time for you to manifest your goals and be clear on your wishes. It's time for you to manifest your goals and be clear upon your wishes. And I just love the little story in here of the tangled mess. Christmas lights, electrical cords, ropes, shoelaces, they get in those knots. They get all messed up and tangled up, and we don't know how because we're pretty sure we did it perfect when we put it away. And we just don't throw it in the garbage. We sit down and with a patience and a perseverance, we start at the beginning and we work our way through until that tangled mess is success. And we're asked to do that this weekend. We're asked to be honest with ourselves, of understanding what we want to manifest and then going for the success, going towards the success, knowing that it is our right, and embrace it and take ownership of it. Don't fear the unknown. Get excited about it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.